Hey guys, I'm back, and what I have in this little box is from BucknBear, but it's cool because it came to me from a viewer. So a lot of you guys probably already know I have that really awesome viewer and Patreon supporter Jason who pays for this Smoky Mountain Knife Works box. He buys it, ships to me, I review it, send it to him. So I have another viewer who goes by Tank, which is an awesome name. Not just because it's an awesome name, but you talk to an old veteran guy who spent time in cavalry and armor, and that always is like, yeah. Anyway, so Tank kind of wanted to do the same thing. He wanted to buy some knives, but he also wanted me to take a look at them and do some reviews, so he had them shipped to me. And when Tank said, hey, I'm going to buy a few knives, I did not expect, like, Tank bought a few knives. He's got a bunch. So this is the first one we're going to look at. So like I said, this is by BucknBear, and BucknBear is a really, like, a cool brand. I like BucknBear a lot. So when he said he's got some stuff coming from BucknBear, I was pretty excited. And I decided to take a look at this one first, because we've been on a Damascus kick, kind of, you know, on the channel. And this one fits really nice, and BucknBear has some cool Damascus stuff to look at. I believe this one's called the Abalone Flipper. And yes, if we're going to argue Abalone versus Abalone, I actually played a sample of how you pronounce it. Yes, this is the Abalone. It's Abalone, not Abalone. But cool natural material Abalone if you want to get into it. So I picked this one first because it's pretty. I like pretty things. Do you guys like pretty things? How do you guys like my new overhead camera angle? Huh? Yeah, this will make a lot of people happy. So, BucknBear does some pretty nice Damascus work. Now, we're going to look at this and we're going to tell it's not a handmade Damascus. It's a production Damascus. So, you know, reference my old video on Damascus, the one I just put up, and real versus not real, production versus handmade. And I will put an end screen clickable link, you know, so if you haven't seen that, to tell the difference. So is it real Damascus? It is real Damascus steel. It is layered, forged Damascus steel, you know. It is a production style versus handmade. It's got a beautiful pattern in it, though. We've got some pretty bright lighting, so it's kind of hard to see all the exact patterns. In fact, you know how you can tell this is a real, actual Damascus pattern? It actually has, if you take a look right there, a little kind of fault in the steel. That is an inclusion. I have been talking about inclusions when we talk about Damascus steel a lot, which is kind of a little air pocket in the steel between layers, where you don't get a total fusion of the two steel layers. And there I go drifting off camera while I'm talking about that. And that is an inclusion right there, which tells you this is a real, I mean, this is genuine Damascus steel. This is a true layered, two different kinds of steel put together. Now, I'm going to have to research and figure out what kind of steels they use. This is actually really nice. This is a beautiful gentleman's folder kind of carry, you know. But so there'll be text if they tell us. But one of the ways you can, and you know, you reference that video, you can tell this is production versus handmade, is they have just one long striation along the top. You don't see the pattern wiggly through, but you can feel the light texture, so it's not too much texture telling you it's like a 3D printed or acid etched. And you can see that the pattern, the striations go all the way through all parts of the blade. So it is a real Damascus blade. Excellent centering. Usually what you have when you have the Abalone is it's not obviously one giant slab of abalone. It's abalone with an acrylic piece over it to protect it, which gives it that really nice shine. And you can see here, it's actually multiple pieces of abalone composited together, which to me almost looks like they took some end cuts and put them together instead of getting one large piece. So abalone is well, I'm not going to get into what abalone is, but it's a seashell product. It's a beautiful product to use. It's not it's almost like a mother of pearl, but not quite. And then we have a G10 backspacer and lanyard hole. So liner lock, as you can see, steel liners, not skeletonized, but the thing is not that heavy anyway. I love the blade length in relation to the handle. It's pretty comfortable. It's a little short, obviously, but they do great polishing work. Now you have some etched artwork on the bolsters there. Okay. Now what I am not going to do on this knife, since it is not mine, it does not belong to me, I'm not going to do the lock test, but you can also see some really nice file work on the liners. This is, well, that didn't go so well, but you know, I might need to break in a little bit. Let's just do our two kinds of flipping. So this is the push button flip, which is crisp and clean, very nice, awesome. And this is the light switch. Really cool. You see that the flipper here does not invade the choil space at all for your finger when you're holding it. That's great. I love that. Some flippers come back into that finger choil, which is just really annoying. There's really not any jimping to speak of to kind of hold your finger on the thumb ramp, but the file work there does kind of grip into your thumb, which is nice. It is a, you know, so I would put this in the neighborhood of a gentleman's carry, kind of, if I was going to classify the knife. The blade is gorgeous. The pattern is subtle, but it's very, very visible. And not a lot of billboarding going on there. So you have the BucknBear, their little, I'm sorry, the bright lights are actually kind of, there we go. You got their little symbol on one side and their logo on the other. Very tight clip. You're going to want to break that in a little bit, but it shouldn't be a pocket shredder or anything because you got that really nice polished acrylic on the other side. And this will, doesn't look like it picks up fingerprints too bad actually, which is nice. But yeah, it's got a very nice smooth action. I'm feeling bearings in there, I think, pretty sure. I could be wrong, but it feels like bearings. You know, if I'm wrong, there'll be text. Very nice little carry there. Now it comes with a pocket clip, but it also does come with a leather sheath, if that's your thing. Smell test reveals it is real leather with a snap. That's pretty easy. If that is your particular way to carry. I mean, I'm saying if you've got the clip right on it, why not just use the clip? In terms of the clip, since we're talking about it, it is right hand tip up only. Screw you and everyone you've ever met if you like anything else. No soup for you. That's just a really gorgeous polish on the acrylic, and the abalone looks really nice. You know what would have looked really nice? I'm just going to throw this out there. Like an anodized aluminum, just even a plain silver or a bronze or a blue would really go well with the abalone scales on this. But the black is pretty nice too. Fit and finish looks awesome. Everything is nicely recessed. In fact, you can't even really feel the screws at all. They're perfectly tucked away into the bolsters and the scales. Yeah. BucknBear does really good work on their fit and finish all the time. I've never been disappointed, and I've had knives by BucknBear that I bought. I've had some that have been sent to me by BucknBear to check out. Whether it's been fixed blades or folders, their stuff is usually really good. Let's do our pull through. Wow. That is honestly, one of the cleanest pull-through cuts we've seen on the channel. Awesome. And the slice, very, very nicely done. Awesome production standards going on here. You just pop it right through the cord and it goes. Great, great. Tank, you're going to love carrying this. Or even if it's just a collection piece, this is great. This is really great. This is the kind of thing, honest, I probably wouldn't carry this. I wouldn't, but I'd put it in my collection. I would be very happy to have it occupy a space in the drawers and everything. It's really nicely done. You know what we should look at, though? Take a look at the lockup. I'm not going to do the lock test, but lockup is very solid. For the size of the blade comparable to the liner, it's, you know, it's like I said, it's solid. It is still relatively early. I'm happy with where it's at. You know, it still locks up very solid with no blade play if we push it a little bit earlier, but I still think you've got a lot of life left in that lock. There's zero blade play involved, so definitely an I like it kind of knife, for sure. What do you guys think? Is this a little too flashy for most of you, or do you like the kind of the stylistic choice going into it? What do you think? I know that there are, you know, the cool thing on this channel. Well, I'm sorry. That sounds so pretentious for me to say since it's my channel. But the cool thing with the viewers on this channel is that there's a really wide spread of what folks are into, from the very flashy, fancy knives that are designed to grab attention, to the very utilitarian, I only want my knife to function, that's all that matters kind of users. And I'm really anxious to get comments from both ends of the spectrum to see what you guys think of this, because this knife does both. It's got a really functional blade that's obviously, like, right out of the box, ready to go to work for you, but it also is, you know, you take this knife out and people are going to notice it and be like, wow, that's, I mean, it's an artwork kind of knife too. So that's cool. Very cool. All right. This is only the first piece that we're going to see that is coming from Tank. I've got a lot. I mean, frankly, a lot. A bunch from BucknBear, but also other brands too. So we'll probably see 1 or 2 per week from Tank for a little bit, mixed in with the other stuff. So thank you, Tank, for providing this for the look. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it. Anyway, guys, thanks to all of you who watch this channel and make this channel what it is for me and everyone else. I hope that you're all excited to see all the cool things that Tank has sent in for reviewing and such, and all the other normal reviews we have coming up. You are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.